What movie should Kennon watch? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Kennon watch.
Oh,
three.
Target.
I'm recording. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm recording us. Here's the matchup.
It's a clap. Okay, welcome to What Movie Should Kennon Watch. My name is Caleb. With me, as always, is Kennon. And we also have a guest star, the infamous, the famous,
The only listener.
the internet celebrity, Clayton Hamburger.
I changed my letterbox name to Clayton Hagberg.
Oh.
How dare you?
Yeah, Caleb, get it together.
Oh, you just spiked probably.
So if you want to know something about me, I like classic movies. I like good movies. I watch way too many good movies. I watch way too many 4.5-star movies. If you have some really bad movies that are probably rated like PG, and I'm really sheltered, so take that in mind. Then you can email or contact me at letterbox at Clayton Hagberg.
I mean, I gave you... We were watching Dinosaur Island. How could you complain?
That's a 5-star movie.
Okay,
Dinosaur
that's
Island
true.
is the greatest dinosaur movie.
If you don't know what Dinosaur
it's
Island
way better
is...
than Jurassic Park 4, probably.
If you're wondering what Dinosaur Island is, go to the link below. We have a commentary for a new show called Whatever the Crap This Is, where it's just commentary for the show. So if you find the DVD, watch it with the sound off with that commentary.
It's brilliant. I mean, Kennon takes it to a whole new level in the commentary. Kennon is just like full film critic. His film schoolingness has paid off.
Truly, it was worth the money that I didn't pay. Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom and Dad. So we've got a lot of great news. Just like Emilia Clarke promises her Han Solo character is, quote unquote, awesome. I totally am glad that a cast member promoted their film and said her character would be awesome.
Wait,
Aren't
what?
you guys glad? Who cares?
What movies is Emilia Clarke in?
She's in Game of Thrones and Terminator Genesis.
Terminator
favorite
Genesis.
one.
She probably said that'd be awesome too. So
Oh, burn.
Tom Holland. Clayton, do you have any news? Because this is all crap.
VidAngel's back, baby.
Oh my gosh. So how'd the court case go?
Bad
The
and
court-
good.
It was amazing. I don't really know, but I'm sure it was amazing. But now you have to pay, so I don't think VidAngel's very Christian anymore because
Wait, how much do you have to pay?
Service?
yeah, so it's like they're snapping the moolah.
I actually don't know how much it is, but
Oh my
it's-
gosh,
$8.
it's $7.99 a month.
Yep. And
Wait,
it's,
for everything?
it gets for Netflix filtering.
no,
so you have to-
Amazon.
Yeah, so for Amazon and Netflix filtering, you have to pay $8 a month on
So
top of
it's-
your Netflix
So
stuff.
it's just things that are on Netflix
and Amazon.
That's stupid.
Amazon has like everything.
That is so
though.
stupid.
It's better than
That's
nothing,
stupid.
but it's definitely not what it was before.
Nothing.
That's really good because Amazon has everything. VidAngel was like,
Oh, everything that you can rent on Amazon?
yeah, or
Okay.
buy. That's really good. You can watch classics such as
Are you sure?
Moonlight.
I actually haven't looked at what it is. So it,
Amazon. Or
you can use VidAngel on any Amazon movie. It's like I could have watched the final season without seeing all. There actually wasn't anything bad in that movie.
Wait, what movie?
The final season, the Steve Shot movie.
Was the producing in that movie A+?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Do you know what Chris Stuckman gave an A+?
What?
Moonlight, and that's on Amazon.
He gave Moonlight an A+?
Yeah.
Really?
Caleb, tell us your thoughts on Moonlight. That's kind of random and has no...
Did he give I haven't seen his La La Land review. Did he give that an A+?
No, he gave it an A, but he liked it better than... He said La La Land was his second favorite movie of the year, and Moonlight was like 6th or 7th.
Moonlight's okay.
Oh,
I put it down.
burn.
A lot of people said
It just won Best Picture because it's about a gay black guy.
And it's based off of a true story.
It is?
What?
Great.
Yeah.
Don't care. I didn't know there were
What
gay
true
black
story?
guys in real life.
Oh!
I'm considering cutting that out.
More news that is like 3 months old. What
There's
are
a Han
some
Solo
of your
spin-off.
favorite animes, guys?
Hunter x Hunter,
Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yes, the first one has better music, but other than that,
Well, thanks for
Wait,
mentioning the only anime that you didn't mention. My second favorite anime after Hunter x Hunter is Death Note, and so we heard about a live action movie coming to Netflix a while ago, and I was excited. And then I looked at I was curious about it yesterday, so I kind of looked into it. And there's been a trailer since March, and it is June 28th. And I saw it yesterday, but Kennon and Clayton
he was talking to me
have
yesterday,
not seen it.
and he was like, "Did you know there's a Death Note trailer out?" I'm like, no. The last thing I heard was Willem Dafoe was cast, and you were like, "This is out. I don't know if it's real or fake."
Because I saw it on a trailer at an unofficial, like, just a random YouTube channel, and I couldn't tell. And then I looked on Netflix, and it was real. So I have it up now. So we're gonna do a live Death Note reaction.
Oh,
You ready for this? It's gonna keep
Yes,
recording.
make it full
we
screen.
can cut out
Full
everything next to
screen.
now. I think.
Okay. Nah, it's good. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Get your dose of Death Note.
There's a Death Note.
It's a Death Note, probably.
Oh, wow.
That's a dark and gritty Death Note. That's light?
Oh.
Okay. Oh no. Oh.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
As written in this note shall
Oh, yeah.
die.
Oh, that's a great shot.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Shall we begin?
Oh
All
yeah.
right.
Oh, yeah.
That hit all the right strings. That hit everything right.
All right, let's go. Let's walk through it like on really slow mo. Like
Okay.
turn the speed to like.
Okay, I'm doing
Do 0.25%.
So, first of all,
0.25 speed.
If okay,
Listeners at
before-
home, if
say-
you want to
pause it.
follow along, put it at YouTube at 0.25 speed. Make
Yeah,
sure you're on
so-
computer, and then
So if you knew nothing about Death Note, would you be excited for this?
I think it's dumb.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
think this is stupid. What is this? But I know about Death Note, so I think it looks awesome.
It looks great. I love the Justice of Kira scene where it's just like, oh, it's so real.
So
Oh, dude, I hope they have like music from the show. You know,
That'd be awesome.
they should have had the ending. Think about this. Oh, the last thing, not Willem Dafoe. It's like a silhouette of L, and you hear the L theme just one time through.
Okay, that'd be cool.
But
and then just that, and then cut to black.
William Dafoe's voice is amazing.
Can I
Like
say-
he totally nailed the ending of that. Let's go through it. So the opening shot is of the Death Note.
I think
falling.
Looks
It looks like a
bad.
dark and gritty Death Note.
This
like,
movie
yeah,
is
the Death Note looks good. Sort of.
just it's not gonna be exactly how the manga and anime go. It's just
Okay.
taking the concepts
Good.
and just making its own new original story.
I guess
Oh,
that's
cool.
So it's
good
gonna take
because
place in America, and that's a cool shot.
It's kind of like The Last Airbender should not be a movie. It's such a good TV shows, but don't make it into a movie. If you make a
so
movie,
I'm glad that they're just gonna
Make
be
it
like, okay, we're
small.
just gonna take the Death Note, we're gonna take the apple, we're gonna take
this is a great shot.
yeah,
yeah, and he turns it over, just that reveal. And I like the Death Note looks pretty real, like pretty good.
yeah.
It doesn't look crap.
I don't think this
Oh,
movie looks
that
good.
was a
Oh,
shot
that
of
was
Ryuk.
a frame of Ryuk. And the
That
apple.
was actually
Oh,
that
the
was
apple just
yeah, that's good.
blows back.
And how like all the papers swirling around it.
A Netflix
Dude, this is like a
original
great.
film.
It's a great fan service thing. Oh, it's a
Yeah.
movie?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a movie.
yeah.
Oh,
So you think
okay.
they're gonna open this to a sequel? Okay, that in the middle, that is Mia.
Ugh.
I don't know if
Okay.
she's not
Why
the
is Mia-
cheerleader thing. That's L. He's black for some
Wait,
reason.
what?
Why is L black? That
They're
kind
they're
of
changing stuff up. Pause it for a second.
wait.
Mia. So Mia, do you think Mia's famous because it looks like she's just a cheerleader?
I think that's what.
'Cause
you-
No,
Mia's a-
Mia's not even blonde.
She's really
Wait.
famous in the
Yeah.
in the original, right?
She's like,
Yeah.
And then now I don't know. She looks fine though.
wait, can you go back a little bit to the cheerleader scene when she's pulling a cigarette out of her mouth?
That is an
girl on the
awesome shot.
Side looks
Just
exactly
come on.
like she does in the series.
Yeah, like why?
Why isn't that Mia?
That looks more like Mia than she does.
That looks way
Guys,
more like
it's a
Mia.
new story. We're making Elle black. They can do anything now.
I'm forgiving of it.
Okay,
I don't.
that's where is that? So Elle is just surrounded. Elle is just surrounded by redness.
I think
What is happening
that's
here?
like in a high security place that Elle lives, but I don't like that Elle is black because here's the thing:
He's supposed to be pale.
black people are cool and crisp and like not super nerdy, except for the ones who are. So
All zombie movies are pretty dumb if you think about it.
I guess,
Even though I've only seen one. Kennon.
but Elle isn't like that. Elle is like he makes nerdy comments, but he's not like he's just not a black character.
Also, the whole point of Elle, sorry to interrupt you, is that he's been inside and he's like all pale and stuff, and he finally comes out
yeah.
just because Kira is so hard. But this is a new original story, so maybe the black guy services the story better. So if it does, I'm all for it.
I am putting aside, because it's just based on. I'm putting aside all like why is this thing or whatever. Like I'm not gonna judge until I actually see the movie, but I totally agree with you that a person in my mind, Elle would be probably the farthest thing from a black person. So why they chose to make Elle a black person is a little bit beyond me, even though I guess we'll see. Also, he's hooded. Why is he hooded? He looks like he's going into action.
He looks like the
a
guy from the
Muslim.
new Star Wars.
Kylo Ren?
Yeah,
No, like,
a little bit.
come on. Elle is just so well done.
He's such a good character.
He hides in the shadows, but he's quirky. This guy doesn't
Yeah.
look quirky.
I don't know.
Elle,
I'll wait till
Elle
I see.
literally sits. Okay, have you guys seen Theo sit?
No.
Okay, so like Theo is like a real life Elle, except he doesn't eat cake all the time. Like, he's the most like Elle you'll ever meet. He's smart. He sits on top of couches,
Oh.
and he's really. I don't know if he's like really quirky. I don't know. He laughs more than Elle. He has the same hair and he wears the same clothes. And anyway,
Wait, just a minute
Elle is Theo.
before we move on. Can you pitch me a perfect black Elle character?
Well. No, I don't know.
Kennon?
Maybe if he's just straight up detective instead of mysterious detective, I think that would work.
If he plays it like Tommy Lee Jones in No Country for Old Men, what do you think about that? Only he does stuff.
Like, what do you mean?
Just like he follows the action. Like he's not necessarily mysterious. He's just following.
Kind of like
and
Sherlock? Or
I
just-
could see him being more like Sherlock than Elle.
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna
Elle's
go
a
more
lot
that
like
direction.
Sherlock.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but Elle is way more quirky than Sherlock.
Sherlock's pretty quirky.
Yeah, I'm not saying he isn't quirky. It's just Elle. When you look at Elle, he's like, he should have brain problems, but he's like one of the smartest
Yeah.
people alive. Which I guess is also kind of Sherlock, but Sherlock can make friends. Elle can't.
I thought Sherlock.
Oh, Sherlock only has one friend.
I know, but that's one more friend than Elle has.
No, Elle has
No.
one friend.
Yeah.
Who?
Light.
Right.
But that's the point. That's the whole twist of it.
Yeah, but he still has a friend. All right, keep playing it.
Wait,
We've
just a
talked
minute.
enough about.
Can I pitch my Elle?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think. Have you guys seen The Martian?
Yes, but it's been a while.
That one.
I need to
came out
rewatch
in
it.
2015.
Yeah, we saw it in the theaters. I don't remember that.
I'm sorry. I've noticed how many times I've said on this podcast, I need to rewatch it.
Kennon, you need to rewatch everything. But you know the character who comes up with the solution, that one black guy?
Oh.
I think
Yeah.
if they made L like that, except super smart, and he just says like really nerdy things, and then mixes them with like black slang and stuff, and
I
he's
think-
more like outgoing
Okay,
in a really bad way. I
like
think.
that, but less awkward and more confident. Because L is one of the most confident people, and that's what makes him awkward. Is because
Okay, yeah.
he's so
Add
confident.
a
The other
cup
guy's
of
smart,
confidence.
but he's like, how do I socially interact? L doesn't care. He doesn't care what other people think.
Okay, yeah, just make him don't care at all. Don't care about anything except like.
But if he was
solving the
like
case.
that, if he was like that, I could definitely see it more than I
Wait,
do
but
in
here's
this
the
trailer.
thing: in the middle of the series, he begins to care, and then that's what makes it good because he cares about like light because he thinks that light is Kira because he wants to crack the case, and then it's like he cares about other things, but it all just revolves around the case, like how like the case is the sun and everything else are planets, and yeah.
So, dude, spoilers for Death Note. There's
Yeah.
this the one scene when he finally touches the Death Note after like 20 episodes. He's like, just as I predicted. I'm like,
Yeah, that's
He
so
forgets
good.
everything, right?
I know. And then when he remembers it, you're like, oh,
That's so great.
oh man, oh.
Should we just do a Death Note episode?
We should. Should we forget Meek's Cutoff?
I don't remember enough about Death Note.
You don't? What?
All right.
I remember enough.
Well, okay, we'll keep watching about this. We should do a review of the last episode sometime.
Okay, I think I just want to talk about like some of the twists and stuff because I'm sure there's stuff you remember, just like the main stuff,
Yeah, the main plot points.
and then we can do like an analyze and explain for all
Would this-
38
would-
episodes.
Would this movie be considered, or not the movie, not this movie, the series having a first, second, and third act structure?
Yeah.
So, do you think this movie?
No, 4 structures, 4 acts or 5 acts, I think. Because here's the thing: there's the first act with there's like the first episode is the first act. Then
like,
you have the
arcs?
few episodes where it's just like a very light versus L mystery detective told from the point of Kira.
Okay, that's true.
And then
I
you
kinda
have when he
considered-
it's the Death Note, and then you have when he regains his memories, and then you have for huge spoilers 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
everyone dies.
L-
L dies.
Hey, do you know the ladies' bathroom? And if you get rid of the A, get rid of the A in ladies, and say it out loud.
I'm afraid.
Do it in your head. L dies.
Oh.
Oh, for
Ev-
some- I think I might be going insane because I was trying to spell it with Lady. I'm like,
Yeah, I was
LD?
like,
what's LD?
You're going insane. Anyway,
and then you have the final episode as an act on its own. I think that's so like.
I was thinking
Mind-blowing.
like the first act of getting to know all the characters is up through the whole detective thing, and then the second act is when he loses all his memories, and then the third act is just after L dies.
I could see that too. I guess I
But
divided.
you're
it in
probably more right than I am.
like 5
Yeah, I think
arcs.
I'm more. Yeah, that's what I was. I said 6 because I counted
arcs.
the last episode as its own.
There's kind of
How
5
much do you
oh.
think is gonna be in this movie? Because they're probably gonna open it up for a sequel, right?
Maybe.
Nah.
I'm thinking it might go through Clayton's first act. But there'd be it's open for a sequel.
Because there's like
Kira-
5 Death Note movies that came out in Japan. There was a lot of
Oh,
Death
yeah.
Note movies, like live action movies from Japan. But I
Oh.
don't think any of them are very good.
I bet I know what they're gonna do. They're gonna go through my first act, and then they're gonna do Light forfeits the Death Note as its own act, and then that's kind of the cliffhanger to see what happens next. But it works because it's kind of like Light forfeits the Death Note. He gives up being Kira at the end.
Man. That would be a good ending.
I think that would too.
Because can you kill off L at the end of this?
No.
It'd be really hard to do a sequel.
Also,
I mean,
this is its own story, so they could do anything they want, really.
Yeah.
yeah, so it's
Or-
gonna
We could
be
all
hard
be
to
wrong.
predict. Yeah, we could.
Or what I was thinking, you just skip the forfeiting of the Death Note and
But that's one of the best parts.
Yeah, but you
Ah!
can't. That was really slow and long and drawn out in the show, and I didn't. That's what made me not like it as much. But it was meant to be that way, and
You mean
can't
after Elle dies
rush-
or before?
No, before, and you
I
can't
think
change
everything
it.
before Elle dies is perfection.
Do you think Elle dies is perfection?
Once
do.
once Elle dies, this show really slows down.
I don't think so. I think when Elle dies, that's like mind blowing because it's like
When Elle dies, that is a perfectly fitting ending, honestly.
I love the last episode though, because I was
yeah,
not
the last-
expecting it. Because
Yeah,
you
and then-
know, like you know in your heart that Kira's gonna win, and then he just dies.
Yeah, that's the. It's like, I think, and then it slows down for a little bit, and then you have like the last 2 episodes, which are like freaking insane, awesome.
Isn't the last
Watch your
shot
language.
of the Shinigami just flying away? Ryuk, isn't that the last
yeah,
shot?
yeah.
All right, let's keep going through this trailer. We're only 21 seconds in.
And
21
then the
minutes.
analyzed,
Oh,
explained.
we're 21 minutes into the podcast and 21 seconds into the Death Note.
Symbolism.
Oh,
That's a good shot though.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah.
Based on
A true story.
the international phenomenon. Is that
A
what
true
you said?
story.
Known as
Grantastic.
Japan.
Death Note.
Good shot.
So you think this is when he's
That's
first
good fun.
killing people? Maybe.
No, this is when he's just looking through it.
This movie better be good.
If it's not,
What do you
I'm
think of
gonna
that
be mad.
font?
It's good.
That's
It's
great.
fine. The director isn't amazing, but
What has he
hopefully-
made?
Some horror movies, I think.
I hope
Some
this
bad
is
horror
him.
movies.
I could see this
Oh,
movie
no.
going really
But
teeny.
this trailer looks good, even though it's a minute long. Which this is the kind of trailer I like because it doesn't really give much away. It just shows you a bunch of cool
Yes.
stuff.
I don't like
Okay,
this.
this
I think
is.
it
Do you
looks
think this
bad.
is him killing those 3 people?
Yeah.
Which 3 people? I forgot. Oh, when
No,
they.
just
The
random
3 people who are
people.
falling.
Oh, was that when in the show he has them in front of a bus or something?
Well, just
Maybe.
him.
I think it's just
killing
random.
people.
Yeah.
Oh,
killing
not
3
like a specific point. You're just saying like he killed those people jumping off.
I think that's
Yeah.
a good shot, I guess, and,
And then
good
this
use
is
of colors.
Justice of Kira, and it looks like Elle's looking at that.
Oh,
So
I didn't
someone-
notice that.
Someone.
Oh, I bet there's been a security breach in the prison.
Oh, I bet that's the thing instead of the Pentagon star thing.
Yeah.
Or
that's what I was
it's this
thinking.
is later in the movie, but it looks like Elle's investigating that.
I think this is midway through the second act, or at the beginning of the second act,
playing it.
or at the end of the first act.
Continuing it.
There's
oh,
Mia.
Yeah.
Oh,
The steamy.
Oh, there's some good backlit blue shot.
Oh, nice.
Good
Nice.
running into it's a police car. Okay,
I
this
don't-
looks awesome. Do you think this is the finale? They're like on a huge.
I don't
Ferris wheel
like
that's
this.
totally
I think
falling.
That looks a lot like what's that one show that ends great? Black Butler. That looks like
Oh,
the
yeah.
ending of Black Butler.
Yeah.
Have you seen Black Butler?
Oh yeah, I love Black Butler. I haven't seen season 2.
But yeah, that looks good. It doesn't look that CGI. I know we're just watching.
it
on,
looks good, but I don't see why is this in the story. That seems stupid.
Because it's awesome. Okay.
I think.
And then the last part, you hear William Dafoe say, "Are we ready?" or whatever.
Do you want to do
Audio.
full?
Sure.
Gotta hear. it
And you
again.
just see the eyes. Or shall we begin?
Shall we begin?
Oh, I think you're right. I think he nailed that voice.
Yeah.
All right, so we don't see any
That's-
Shinigami. Do you think the Shinigami will probably be CGI?
Yeah.
I remember watching a
I'm
live action Death Note thing on Crunchyroll or something, like one episode. It was bad CG Ryuk.
So they had a poster that they just posted yesterday. This is what he looks like apparently.
What?
He looks too skinny.
No.
All right, Clayton, here you go. You see it? He looks
His
he
shoulders
looks
are
like
big
William
enough.
Dafoe, and he looks kind of like Green Goblin from Spider-Man because that's
Oh.
also William Dafoe.
Hashtag what's it called? Typecast.
Here you go.
I think it
I think
totally
he should have-
works.
if he had wings in that, I think it'd perfect actually.
I mean, this is like a really this is probably not exactly what he looks like. It's probably more
the
minimalistic.
hair they should change. They should just make.
But
it
I like it. I
normal
like the
hair.
face for sure. It's
Yeah.
Oh, I
super
didn't even
scary.
see the face.
Yeah,
the
that's what I
face
didn't
is
see,
scary.
and
He
I
looks
looked
like Groot.
It doesn't look exact, but I like that they changed it some because if it was exactly because everything in the
Gotta have a little bit of
yeah.
goodness.
Do you think this movie should have the budget of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2?
What's the budget of Galleons of the Guardians 2?
What, did I say that?
No,
Oh.
I said that.
All right,
Okay.
you want to watch
Didn't
this
correct
through again
myself.
just because it's awesome?
Nah. We should just go straight
It's
to
only
the
54
series.
seconds.
We should go to Meek's Cutoff, probably. Okay, we'll just watch it again with full sound for all the people listening.
Yeah.
Slow American. Bwah.
Anyone whose name is written in this note
Shall
shall die.
die.
Shall we begin?
Also, that noise, that sound effect, those sound effects are really good. The crinkling. Do you think that's
Yeah.
what he sounds like when he moves around?
Yeah.
Just like
That would be great.
Well,
Okay,
we
quick-
ruined the trailer for everyone, I think, because
Quick
they're just
thing.
gonna think of me screaming.
Look how many
"Bwah."
dislikes this has.
it's because it's different and it's not exactly the same.
Let's read the comments. We need the potato chip scene. It's one of the most important parts of the anime. I agree. I totally agree. Oh man, all the comments are about the potato chip scene. The only good thing is Willem Dafoe's Ryuk. That was a great casting choice.
It is.
Well, I would agree about the casting choice. I don't know about the only great thing. It ruined Death Note. It's ruined. Death Note is ruined. Thank you, Netflix.
I bet this person watched Netflix on Death Note. Or Death Note on Netflix, so
Probably.
that's hilarious. It's so ironic.
But the question is, can he take a potato chip and eat it?
Okay, that's
So many
great.
comments. I'm glad a lot of the comments are about that, and only one is like they ruined it.
What's that? Wait, what's that?
Death Note El Nuevo Mundo trailer en español.
I wonder, is that what Ryuk looks like in the movie? Cause if
He
it
looks
is,
like
I'm
that.
glad.
That's the live action Japan one.
Okay, that looks okay. I guess.
Let's watch this amazingness.
Oh.
Dami, para controlar la duración de los mortales.
See, the Netflix one looks better than this, right?
Un hombre llamado Kira usó un cuaderno.
What?
El rey Sima dio a sus súbditos una orden.
Oh, do you think they're gonna
Encontrar
have
al
the?
sucesor de
Can you turn it down a little bit?
Cogeremos los Deathnotes y acabaremos con todo.
Are they gonna have the Shinigami world in the Netflix?
Probably
I
not.
don't know.
Kira es Dios. Nuestro Señor.
The lighting on that one shot was good. Nope.
This
Nope.
looks bad.
Nope. Not as good as the other one.
Lucharemos por reunirlos todos.
This is like the third or fourth one in this series.
This looks bad. This looks bad.
Bum, 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 bum,
I don't
bum,
mind
bum,
it, but I like the different direction that the other one's trying to go to.
Right, who? Let me see.
Batman. Ryuk Man.
I'm humming Elf.
Okay, the best movie the guy directed is The Guest, which I hear is amazing.
What does
So,
it have on Rotten Tomatoes?
oh, he also did Blair Witch, which I hear is crap.
No, Chris Stuckman said it was.
The Blair Witch Project?
No, Blair Witch.
He,
Oh,
said, he
it's a
gave it a
sequel.
B minus. Wait, he
Yeah,
did.
He also gave,
He gave all-
Unfriended like a
Okay,
B
Unfriended
plus.
is a half-star movie, and he gave all the Insidiouses like B pluses, right?
The first one's okay. It has some scary moments. It's probably the best horror movie I've seen.
Wait,
and it's
Kennon,
not
you
that good.
wait. What about Shaun of the Dead? That has horror in it.
But
That's
it's
the
funny.
comedy.
It's comedy.
It's supposed to be like the funniest.
I'm kind of in the mood to watch a horror movie. Aren't
We
you?
should do that tonight.
After Baby Driver, we should come home and watch like.
The Witch.
I don't know if I'm allowed to see The Witch, but I really want to see it.
We should watch a solid horror movie.
Like
Oh,
because
I like-
Paranormal Activity or something like that.
Psycho.
Have you seen
Psycho's
Psycho?
not-
Psycho's a good movie, but it's
It's
not,
not
scary.
scary.
That's the problem with it.
Ugh.
There's like no reason it's R.
Oh,
I watched it before my parents were like, because my parents were okay with Psycho, but not other rated R movies until I was 17.
That's because Psycho is PG.
Yeah, Psycho is R on iTunes, but for no reason.
It's
It's
R
not.
everywhere else too.
Yeah, but it's like
It's
for
PG.
there's more intense PG movies
Like
like
Jaws.
And Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Wait, seriously?
Who Framed Roger Rabbit is PG. That movie needs to be PG-13 at the least.
Isn't it? It's just. Yeah.
It's hard to watch in front of your parents.
Oh, that makes sense. I'm not gonna watch it in front of my parents.
Have you seen it?
No.
Have you heard about like who the characters
Oh yeah,
are?
I've heard about Jessica Rabbit.
Okay.
Annabelle Creation. That's a movie that's coming out.
Thankfully, Jessica Rabbit is supposed to be wearing fairly non-revealing clothes throughout the movie.
Are you kidding?
Yes.
She's like, okay, find the smallest washcloth around and then cut that in half, and that's her clothes.
Wait, who?
No, Jessica Rabbit.
Wait, seriously?
No, I'm kidding. Like she has this whole dance scene where, it's like one of those old dance scenes where like people come out with those dresses and then like they do those moves,
Oh,
and you're like, oh.
this is uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable, but it's kind of interesting because you're watching a cartoon and you feel uncomfortable.
There are some movies that are just uncomfortable to watch. Like,
Yeah, like 50 Shades of Grey.
You've seen it? No.
are you allowed to?
I
Or
hear-
will
No,
they
I
concede
I'm not
anything?
gonna watch
I
that.
hear it's boring.
It's
It's
not
just
only is
supposed
it
to be
immoral to watch, it's
bad.
probably gonna be crap.
It's, dude. It has like.
Turn off your watch.
I'm
Check
sorry.
your watch privilege.
Anyway, back to the movie we're supposed to be talking about. We
Deathnote.
watched Meek's Cutoff.
Oh yeah, here's the cutoff for Deathnote to Meek's cutoff.
That was subtle.
Yeah, that was...
Wait. I could have transitioned into that. What movie were we just talking about?
We were just talking about the Deathnote trailer.
Well, then we were.
We were talking about 50 Shades of Grey.
50 Shades of Grey has a woman in it.
And
you know what else
they probably
has a
cut
woman?
something off in that movie, and in Meek's Cutoff, that's the name of the movie. So transition,
is?
boom. All right,
Never
Okay.
mind. I don't-
Meek's Cutoff. It's a movie. We watched it.
It really was.
It has a budget of $2 million, a Rotten Tomatoes score of 88%.
Oh,
It grossed $1.2 million at the box office, and the director was a woman, so I didn't like
It only
it.
it only got 1.2 million.
It's
Would
an
you go
indie
see
movie.
that? Like, only people go see Transformers.
Well, yeah,
Why?
but you know nothing about Meek's Cutoff besides the fact that it's an indie movie.
Indie films are dying.
Also,
They are?
that's not true.
But this only made
Have you
1.2
seen
million,
Netflix?
and it was 2 million to make.
God's Not Dead 2, or God's Not Dead had a budget of $2 million and it made $63 million, so indie
This
films
movie
aren't dying.
has. Wait, what was the budget?
2
$2
million.
What's the budget of Batman v Superman? Like
200 million.
I thought it was 250.
No, it's 200.
Anyway, this
Captain
is
America.
a billion, trillion times better than Batman v
Is
Superman.
Batman vs
and
Superman
it was
a
made
half-star movie?
for probably 1 star movie.
1%.
2 Marvel million.
It was made for 1% of the budget.
And it's
That's
way better.
insane.
So check your
A lot of movies are way
Warner
better.
Bros.
though.
If you make a $1 million Batman movie, I bet it'll be good.
I don't. The Dark Knight
bet
had
they
like
spent,
a
like-
200 million.
I bet they spent
yeah,
like 2 million on making the movie, and then like 180 million trying to fix their mistakes.
And then they didn't. It was like, oh, we'll just make a extended
We'll just
edition
make
later.
it CG and make people fall asleep during the extended cut.
So speaking of falling asleep, we watched this with
I
about
think he's still asleep.
about 10 minutes in, I'm like, this movie has lost everyone under 10, because it's just.
Speaking of which,
And then we look over and Logan, who's how old is he? 6, 7? 7. He's sleeping. I think he might still be sleeping.
the first 5-10 minutes, he couldn't stop talking about something. He
and
was
then
bored.
suddenly he just
He was
stopped.
Yeah.
obviously bored, right?
Probably.
Yeah. I don't think he's obviously born. He's just trying to like be like a film critic. Like his
He also told us he edited the movie.
And it came out in 2015, which is wrong.
It's wrong, but it's cool, but it's
Okay,
fun, but it's
are we gonna
wrong.
go over our notes?
Yeah,
My
this-
notes.
So the first thing in my notes is that it's Christian.
It's not as Christian as other movies, but they do pray in this movie.
And
so
they say
if
the
you're
Lord's
not
Prayer
into prayer, this
and-
movie will offend you, so definitely don't watch it.
Yeah, and also if you don't like women, don't watch this movie because it was directed by a woman.
Out of the 2 movies I've seen that are directed by women, this
What?
is
You've
the
only
better
seen
one.
2.
Wait, what 2 movies you've seen? Oh yeah,
This and Wonder Woman. I've probably seen more. I just don't.
I'm sure
haven't
you
noticed.
have.
Yeah.
Have you seen Lost in Translation?
Nope.
Oh, makes sense.
What?
I'll look up woman directors.
The
Sophia Coppola.
Yes. Why haven't you seen
Who
a
is-
Sophia Coppola?
She's
movie?
a horrible actress in Godfather Part 3. Like, everyone in Godfather Part 3 is a really good actor, and then there's Sophia Coppola, which I didn't know she was, her dad directed it, and I didn't know it was her. So I'm like, halfway through the movie, we took a break because it's a 3-hour movie, and I told my dad, I'm like, this girl is like one of the worst actors I've ever seen. Who is she related to? How did she get on this set? Then I looked it up. It was the director's daughter.
Nice.
No wonder she got on this set. She was horrible. And then she dies at the end. Who cares? You're not going to see Godfather Part 3 because it's not a good movie. She dies at the end. It's supposed to be this emotional scene. And if she was a good actor, it might have been. But no, I was like, great, the worst actor died. I'm glad now.
I'm happy. It's just like John being like, I wanted the characters to die this entire movie, and it granted my wish. So how can I be mad at it?
Kennon,
Yeah.
have you seen Frozen?
Let it go. Let it go. Can't hold
The
it
first
back.
thing on my notes
Well,
is...
Kennon,
Oh.
do you want to hear a fun fact about Frozen?
Yes.
It was directed by a woman.
What about the Frozen Fever short?
Oh,
What about Frozen
Probably.
2?
Have you seen the Frozen Fever short?
yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
so
Do you
bad.
think they'll make a Frozen trilogy?
The
Because the
trilogy.
second one's coming out like next year or the year after
I
that.
think it's 2019.
Oh man,
You're
I
not
just started
gonna-
thinking about the Frozen fever thing where she's like, a cold never bothered me anyway.
Who cares?
Uh.
Okay, the first thing on my notes is the grandtastic cinematography.
Yeah, that's what I had.
Why
second.
else would we skip over? Like, you can't skip this. This every single shot.
And then
You Oh, go ahead.
to go along with cinematography, it has really good visual storytelling. Like, I think at least 50, maybe like 60 to 70% of this movie is visual storytelling. There is a very low amount of dialogue in this film.
Okay. 2 things. I want to give backstory to what this is. I guess probably 4 years ago now. I want to say maybe 5, because it came out in 2012. Me and my family rented this from Family Video.
Oh.
I think it was.
When that was a thing.
Oh, it
Yep.
came out in 2010.
Oh, 2010.
Yeah,
That makes more sense.
get it together, Kennon.
Okay. Anyway, we watched it when I was young, and until this point, you know, movies are movies. You watch them and they're fun, and who cares? You know, like as long as it entertained you.
That's still my experience with friends who aren't you two, and it is sad.
No, I mean it's fine, and actually you'll probably live a happier life if you aren't trying to nitpick things. So
Yeah.
I take this quote unquote job with a grain of salt. But anyway, the ending of this movie was so jarring to our family that we were just, what? What is this ending? How could they end it this way? But rather than be mad, which we kind of were actually, we just talked about the movie for, I want to say, at least half an hour, about what the ending meant, maybe even an hour. But then after we talked, I realized this is the first movie that got us as a family talking about what the movie was, rather than just saying, we watched a movie, you know? So it made me think, and it impacted me. So before I was able to realize the great cinematography and the great visual storytelling,
And the great use of color.
yes, before I was able to notice that, all I noticed was that this ending was so jarring that it unlocked a part of my brain that was able to think that way. So this movie
made Kennon who he is today.
I would argue this movie made me at least partially who I am today.
Film.
So this is my first. I don't know if it was my favorite film back then, but I kept mentioning and I kept forgetting the name. I was like, this movie that ends this way. And then I finally, when I got a letterbox, I'm like, I remembered the movie again, and I looked it up on Google. Movie where blank happens at the end, and I'm like, oh, okay, here's Meek's Cutoff. And so I added it to my favorites list.
Okay, Kennon, can I?
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, wait.
So,
go ahead, sorry.
what did you think of this movie? Did it hold up, or was it or was it just big flaming
Giant dog turds?
Yeah.
We'll get into that.
How dog turds
I
can be
wanted to say
flaming.
that the intro to this movie is fantastic.
Yeah.
It totally sets the tone, totally sets the world. It lets you know that you're in for a long ride, and it lets you know everything you need to know about the story and where we are with no words told by characters except for somebody etching on a log. They just say lost.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah.
That was great.
And if you notice things, the opening feels the opening scene feels really depressing and gritty and etc., etc., etc. And then it takes a bit of a lighter tone, and then slowly through the movie, it's like we're progressing into hopelessness and lostness and just despair, depression, and
Yeah, this whole movie's it's about the journey. The destination is irrelevant.
yeah.
Nice. I think it's really interesting now to realize that the opening shot is them with abundant water.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Because a quick plot synopsis, in case anybody wanted to
Wait,
ask me.
spoilers. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Everyone dies.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Just kidding. Does somebody want to ask me what the story was?
Kennon.
What was the story?
Caleb, what was the story?
Oh yeah, because I haven't seen it. Kennon has.
Oh yeah.
So, in 1845, there's a group of farmers, probably. They are lost. They're just going through the wasteland of wherever they are. Doesn't matter where they are. They're in a hot desert.
They're in
Desert-
Hot Fuzz.
deserty place. And they're following this guy named Meek, and Meek is like an outsider of the group, I guess. Didn't
Meek,
that one
isn't
scene?
he their guide who they're at their old saloon hustling and tuffling and
I'll help
gambling?
you with the story. They're on the Oregon Trail, and they hired somebody to lead them on
Yeah.
the Oregon Trail.
Okay.
So continue.
And then they're just going, and then they run out of water, and then their carriage falls, and then they run into the Indian, who kind of they think will lead them onto water, and then they find a tree, and one character just says, "Oh, the tree can't grow without water," and then in case you're an idiot, and then the Indian is walking a direction, and do we know if the other people follow him? Who knows? And then it ends.
What do you guys think of the ending, and then we'll get to the middle.
I didn't dislike it. I thought it was fine. I thought I like No Country for Old Men better. This isn't one of my favorite endings.
I think the ending is fantastic.
Why? Why is it fantastic?
It's just like it leaves you so like what is like
It leaves you dehydrated.
yeah. It leaves you like this is like these people it's like so subtle and brilliant, and it just ends on a perfect shot with a great cinematography, and it's just like this is it. This is like what's going to happen next. It's just, and I don't know if these people really care what happens next, because they've just been through so much that they would almost just take death.
A lot is left up to interpretation.
And that's so brilliant. Or
You have to decide, wait, do they find water, or is the Indian leading them to a trap?
Yeah, or it's just they had a really low budget and they're like, you can't make the rest of the story, so.
They couldn't afford any more water.
Yeah, I don't like when movies just wrap up really nice in a nice little bow. You just
That's not
don't do that.
Yeah, that's not a nice little bow.
I'm saying that's a good thing about this.
But like, I still like happy endings. Like the Whiplash ending, happy ending.
It
Yeah.
doesn't wrap it up though.
But that's the thing. Like, you get the resolve, and then you don't have a part where they're like, "Well, you did it. Now what's next?"
Now we're
for
going
ya?"
to
Yeah.
in this band, and now I'm gonna train.
Yeah,
you
just like
forever.
you don't need that.
Yeah. Kennon, have you seen Spirited Away?
No, not yet.
Okay, then I'll
I've
say
seen- I've
My
seen
Neighbor
very-
Totoro.
I've seen very little Hayao Miyazaki films.
Then I'll
I feel
say
like a fourth of them.
Probably.
My Neighbor Totoro has a great ending. It's like, in the end, it's like,
You can spoil it because
Totoro.
I've seen it before.
yeah, or
What-
yeah,
what,
My
yeah.
Na-
What is the ending? I forget.
It's like, jeez, what is the ending? But it's like, it's
Cat
just,
bus.
yeah, the cat bus comes and then they see their mom and it's like, things will hopefully be okay, but, it's not like, it's like their mom's gonna come home, but it's not like their life is gonna be happy forever. It's just their mom's coming home. That's good, and we care for them since it. Go watch My Neighbor Totoro. It's like one of the greats, and it's just, it's not like their life is good for the rest of their life or it fixed every problem ever. It's just their mom's gonna come home. One obstacle in their life has been hurdled. Or, I want to talk about the ending of Citizen Kane. That's probably,
Rosebud.
that's one of the great. That is probably the greatest
All
movie
right,
ending.
Whisper. I'll just say the ending of Whisper in the Heart and that last line
Oh yeah.
is fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Because that doesn't wrap anything up. That is just, here is what it is. Here's the ending, and then you know how it's gonna end, but we're not gonna tell you. But you know, and then it ends.
Yeah. If this was like a Pixar movie or a Disney or
Yeah,
a DreamWorks,
Disney wouldn't. DreamWorks, any
They-
American
they-
studio would never have an ending like
they
that.
would have a montage where they're getting married and living happily ever after.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Because
then,
people don't like to think in the theater anymore.
yeah, but that it's just like maybe they won't get married. Maybe they'll get married and just get divorced. It's like Studio
But that's
Ghibli's
life.
movies are that's
the thing is that
That's
life
60%
isn't.
of marriages.
Oh my gosh. The point is that life isn't always a neat, happy little bow, and sometimes it's about
It's
the journey
usually
and the
not.
stories, and that's a lot of what this movie is. It's
Yeah.
about the journey, and there were a lot of people who went through this exact situation where they
Are we
just
talking
got
about
lost.
Meek's Cutoff or
Yeah,
Whisper of the
Meek's,
Heart?
Meek's Cutoff.
Okay.
I haven't seen Whisper of the Heart.
Ugh,
They
that's
just
sad.
got lost on the Oregon Trail. It was, you can actually see there's a museum in I think,
Oregon?
Nebraska.
The Bergen.
Nebraska. There's this like bridge museum, and we finally stopped there, and it's like this wax museum of going through like, I think there's at least one part. It's about the growth of America. And there's this part about the Oregon Trail because it goes through the transportation cycles of stuff and like building the railroad and then the highways. There's this section in the museum where it's the Oregon Trail, and it's like there's this kind of mini game or whatever where you have to like choose a path or whatever. Like you have this guide, he says go this way, but you also found this map that says there's a shortcut. You have to choose, and then like you have these little plates, and if you open the shortcut, you're like, oh, okay, no, you went the wrong way. Now you're buried in Indian burial grounds and you're dead and stuff. It's like people had to make split-second decisions, and they didn't know how it was gonna end. The people who made it across were not only brave but lucky. So that's a lot. Not only this story was documenting that style and time in life, or it was documenting that time of life and how they felt, not only this story. Anyway.
You know, this is one of the most contained, like, journey movies I've ever seen. It's not about the ending or the beginning. It's just about what happens.
Like Lord of the Rings is very much, that trilogy is very much the journey. It has an ending though.
Yeah.
But that's like an epic 20 plus locations. This is just one location. Probably didn't take very long to shoot.
This is just they're traveling. They're traveling.
Most of the time was probably waiting for the nice lighting in the clouds.
Yeah.
There are so many wide shots and
Extreme.
This is
extreme
wide
shots.
shot the movie.
And like looking in, and then did you notice there's like a lot of shots where it's like a woman's point of view and all the men talking and like
Yeah.
so it's really far away, so it sounds like they're whispering.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of whispering in this movie, and some of the shots, there's one in particular where there's two guys on a horse talking. One guy sounds fine, the other guy, his audio sounded really wonky.
Wonky or bad?
Bad, like they had to use the backup audio or something. It sounded
Okay.
really weird. Some of the shots the audio sounded a little weird to me. That's one of the only cons I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's somewhat very much like wide shots. You're like an outsider looking in at them.
Yeah, it's a very. I think
Kind of
It's
like
almost-
Paul Greengrass in The Bourne Identity. It's all really zoomed in lenses
I was
looking in to the
gonna
dialogue.
say it's like How the West Won in the sense this would be an epic definitely, but it's not like super epic. It's not Lawrence of Arabia. It's just very plain stuff, and I think the extreme shots this is just traveling. It's just that there's not much really to it. It's just they're traveling and territory, and yeah.
Okay, some other things in my notes. You mentioned that was one of your only cons. What did you think about the pacing?
Oh yeah, it's just journey, and
There is no pacing.
It feels so long. But
Yeah.
I also noted in my thing that it might be to communicate how the people feel, because that's how they feel.
yeah, it's not like you're gonna watch this movie and be entertained throughout the whole thing. That's not the goal of the movie. I mean, it is entertaining, but it's just not like gonna excite you and be like whiplash throughout the whole movie.
No, it's very subtle, very slow pacing, and that's how the journey was, and how people are like, when can this end?
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking that throughout the movie. I was like, I kind of want to get this over, but I'm still interested.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking too. I was like,
But
Can we-
that is a very, very hard line to walk to get your audience interested enough, but also just interested enough to keep them going, which is what the people were going through when they're like, we need water. We
Yeah.
have just enough not to turn back.
I think the pacing issues were actually an artistic choice because it's meant to be like the people were getting nowhere. There's nothing happening. It's just like, yeah, what am I gonna do? That's the accent is fake, by the way.
Nice.
But I think it still doesn't work because I think this might be why it made very little money. It's not a very good movie to rewatch, especially if you're gonna pay.
I have
like,
no
in a
one to
movie
rewatch
theater.
this movie except looking at the awesome shots.
Yeah,
But I'm not gonna rewatch. I'm not gonna watch this
It's kinda
movie.
like
no,
that one-
I might end up like Logan if I rewatch.
Sleeping.
He's still down there.
We're
Just
Yeah.
invite him in for the last 10 minutes of the podcast.
I think it's a movie. It's a movie worth rewatching, but that's only if you're gonna like rent it for 99 cents on iTunes.
I
You're
wouldn't
like, oh, this
even.
was a
I would
really
rather
good
just watch a
movie.
different movie because it's just so long. But the shots are great. The
It's-
lighting is so good. Lighting is
Yeah.
brilliant.
the
There are some
shots are the
scenes
number
where-
one thing. in
Yeah,
this,
the
probably.
cinematography is
Which is
like,
the thing I didn't notice that much when I first was like, this movie's
when
great.
Kennon was a wee little lad.
There's a lot of stuff happening in the foreground and in the background, kind of like in a Wes Anderson movie. It's really exciting. I love when you say, "Oh no, the bird's gone."
Yeah.
Dude,
Not
that
the
shot
bird.
was so good.
That-
You noticed that shot and you were like, oh my gosh.
Oh, another thing, the use of music. I thought that was really good because there's only really music when something really, really important happens.
Okay.
It's almost as good as No Country for Old Men.
Yeah, that music in that is great.
Yeah.
Have any of you seen Breaking Bad?
Nope.
I know you haven't. You I don't know.
I can watch it. I just haven't seen
Hey,
it yet.
yeah.
You should watch it with VidAngel.
Why?
Because there's some stuff that is like, I might watch that with my parents because it's an amazing story, but I don't know. Just cut out the sexy bits.
It's that
Skip
Josh Taylor's favorite TV show.
Yeah, it's one of my parents' favorite shows.
And they like
Oh, yeah,
prefer
they've seen
TV
it.
shows way over movies. I've
Ooh, yeah.
noticed. Maybe that's
Anyway.
just because if you're really busy, TV shows are really easy to watch. Like when Kevin didn't watch a movie for a really long time on Letterboxd, and then he logged JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Kevin has Letterboxd?
No, I mean Kennon.
Oh.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. That's the 5-star movie.
Also, this has the
Wait,
same...
that was a movie? I thought that was a TV show.
No, they're making a live action movie this year. It's not out yet.
Oh dear.
It'll be just as good as Deathnote live action.
Oh, this movie feels really Oscar baity.
It's an indie movie though.
Well, if it was high budget, if somebody told me this is a high budget,
Did it
big
get-
movie,
I'm gonna see if it got nominated.
based on a true story.
I didn't think anybody has heard of this movie.
Yeah, but it still feels really Oscar baiting in the sense it's kind of slow. It's
It only
based
has
off of a true
6.6
story.
on IMDb. It's because people on IMDb are like...
IMDb is stupid. That's like the most stupid rating system, I think. Back to the Future's
It's
on
what
the
it-
top 100.
It's the IMDb. It's up to the people, but the people often
Are
rate
all
it like
16-year-olds.
it's like if people like the
It's
movie,
the
they rate it
demographic
10
of the
stars.
website, really.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of 16-year-olds who have a bunch of 10-year-old nostalgia from Back to the Future, and
But
still
this
think it's the
movie's so
greatest
slow
movie.
that a lot of them probably turned it off because they got bored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was not bored in this movie. I was just kind of.
Like, should I do something else?
There were. I think I was trying to contain a sigh. You know that feeling
Yeah.
like a slow party. You're like, people here are here that I care about, but it's kind of nothing's happening.
It's kind of
I might
like-
want to go home. I don't know. I might stick around a little longer, and then it ends, and you're like, okay.
That
You
was
know, I'm kind of
fun.
glad I went to that. Even though at the time you're like, when is this over? But then at the
Yeah.
end you're like, it was still good.
Yeah, it's kind of like when I have like a friend over for 2 or 3 days. It's like, ugh, I kind of just want some time alone to do my thing. I love my friends. My friends are great, but sometimes I feel like I just need a break. And that's kind of what this movie feels like. But then when they leave, I'm like, the next day I'm like, can I have a friend over?
But one with more energy.
This also has the same last shot as the Lone Ranger. So the Lone
But this was
Ranger
made before
stole
the
the
Lone
Lone Ranger stole
Meek's cut off last
Yeah.
shot.
But the Lone Ranger has one of the great actors of all time.
Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Is he the third best actor after Shia
Shia
LaBeouf
LaBeouf.
and
No, it's Russell Crowe.
Shia LaBeouf?
Then it's Ryan Gosling. Remember?
No, Shia LaBeouf.
No, it's Ryan Gosling. Remember? James even said, Ryan Gosling should challenge Russell Crowe for the greatest actor title.
All right,
Well,
then
we
Shia
need to
LaBeouf's-
develop our own opinions.
No, Shia LaBeouf on this podcast. Shia LaBeouf is the second greatest actor of all time.
Then who was the first? Russell Crowe.
Yeah, Russell
No,
Crowe.
I think the greatest actor of all time should be Daniel Day-Lewis.
No, it's
Although
Russell
he's
Crowe.
probably actually
Russell Crowe.
legitly one
Daddy
of the
Derek
greatest.
is fourth.
Oh no, he's first.
Daddy Derek. Oh,
What?
Daddy Derek.
No, you guys
Daddy
are
Derek is
scumbags.
on his own level. He's my daddy.
He's 17 out of 15.
Daddy Derek.
I think should
No.
we call Daddy Derek is just in the S tier of his own, and then it's Russell Crowe.
Yeah. Are you talking about S tier like from
SS
One
tier.
Punch?
Hey, do you
Yeah.
want to hear a
Except
song
this is
that
the-
is kind of like this movie that we sang at Boy Scout camp?
What?
This is a repeat after me song. You have to say this is a repeat after me song.
This is a repeat after me song.
You can't ride in my little red wagon.
You can't ride in my little red wagon.
Backseat's broken and the axle's dragging.
Backseat's broken and the axle's dragging.
Hoo ha hoo ha.
Ha, hoo, ha,
ha.
hoo.
Same verse. Wait, no.
Same
Second verse. Same as the first. A little bit louder and a little bit worse. You can't ride in my little red wagon.
You can't ride in my little red wagon.
Wait, no, we didn't-
Backseat's broken and the axle's dragging.
Backseat's broken and the axle's dragging.
Hoo ha hoo ha.
Ha, hoo, ha, hoo.
It's
You doing that?
hoo-ha.
You said do hoo ha.
Yeah,
Oh no,
yeah.
what did it say? And then you just.
of audio devices connected to the operating system has been changed.
Oh,
I bet this
no.
disconnected.
Oh, yeah, it did. It turned off.
different. Okay, because
Anyway, you just say that.
It's still recording. Look at that. Okay, we're
Okay.
good. Wait.
Oh.
Wait.
Now in the movie, can we talk about the color? Because
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's
we're good.
working.
Okay.
the color in this movie is some of the best I've seen. It's like it starts out with a lot of blue, a lot of brown, a lot of orange, and it's pretty colorful. But then as the movie progresses, it's really like, and I remember in the last few shots, the girls' dresses evens are really like like they're much more tinted than they were original. Because originally their dresses like popped like the yellow one.
Yeah, and I think it's signifying kind of losing hope. Maybe.
Yeah.
I noticed
And
they
losing
got
water.
a lot dirtier as time went on.
Yeah.
Like just her dirt-covered face and just like less blue as time went
Yeah,
on.
the blue, it's like the color scheme in this is orange and blue, but they represent something because blue is like hope and water, and orange is like just like death and despair, ruthlessness, hopeless, country, endless. It's just amazing. I really liked it.
Yeah. What else was I gonna say? Hold on, opening
It's
it
a
up.
good movie.
Oh, that moment when the one girl that's in that one Absorbaloff episode of Doctor Who.
Oh yeah, Moaning Myrtle.
Yeah. She was saying, I was just dreaming about my dad's pigs penned up or like nice and warm and safe in their pens.
Oh yeah, and then she's talking about her brothers.
Oh my gosh, what? I'm saying, well, the message of that was that freedom is pain and almost not worth it because they're out in the middle of nowhere with no chains on them, but the chain that they have around them is that there's no comfort anywhere, and chains around their heels would at least keep them warm.
Yeah. Also, there's also some really great moments of tension where it's like the Meek is pointing the gun at the poster girl, and the poster girl has the poster shot and is pointing the gun at him. I think that was great. And well, the guy was pointing the gun at the Indian, and that was just like.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was
Yeah,
good.
It's
It
like
wasn't
the
as-
love
it wasn't-
triangle from Dinosaur Island.
It wasn't as it wasn't as tense for me because I knew that was gonna happen.
But
I remember that moment. Like, you don't hear her draw the gun, so when it cuts to her and she's holding the gun, you're like, oh
yeah.
is that breaking continuity?
Nah.
I don't think so. It's a better reveal that way.
So, should we wrap this up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we start with our guest? What he thinks of it? Out of
Yeah.
16.
Okay.
And
this
then you
movie is
can go.
crap because it was directed by a woman.
Nice.
No,
1 out
actually,
of 16.
I think this movie has some really great attributes. It's like a film school movie, and I think it's a pretty good watch.
What is our love?
Watch it,
Is it 12 to 16 is love?
No, 13 to 16 is loved.
and I think
Okay.
I'd give it.
You can do it. I know it's tough.
13.5 out
You
of
can't-
16.
you can't
No,
do
there's no
halves.
point fives.
Oh.
There's no point fives.
Got it. Then I guess I have to round up to 14 out of 16. But no, 13 out of 16. It has some pacing issues, some lighting issues. That was just the budget's fault, but I don't really blame them. And just some. It's not a perfect movie, but it's a really good movie in general. It's better than The World's End, probably. It's better than Napoleon Dynamite.
Wow.
I haven't rewatched
Get out.
Napoleon Dynamite since we've started this podcast, so I can't argue with you.
Yes! Yes! So it's 2
it's
to
not
3.
right before we started the podcast.
That's true. Never mind.
Oh, come on.
Caleb, since you also haven't seen it yet until now, what's your rating?
I agree with everything Clayton said. 12 out of 16.
12.
Wow, that's
Is this
too
the
low.
lowest? No, it's not the lowest. I didn't
Wait, so what do you give
absolutely
it?
love it. It's probably 4. I'll rate it 4.5 on my
Yeah,
box.
but that's 12 out of 16 is turns to 4 stars. So you should just go 13 out of 16.
No, I didn't quite love it, so I'm gonna go on the highest liked
I didn't
rating.
love it, but I thought it was just such a good movie that it's like it is a great movie and a really good movie, and I could see people loving it, but I didn't love it, but it's a movie so good that it just deserves to be on there.
Alright.
Is this rating
Oh.
just purely opinion based, or like how good an actual movie is?
It's slightly opinion based.
Whatever
I mean,
you
a
want it
lot
to
of
be.
a lot of this stuff. It's like
2017. You can pick if it's opinion or subjective.
yeah, it's take it with a grain of salt. I agree with both of you a lot because I think it's probably a 12 out of 16 movie, but I'm gonna give it 13 out of 16 because it's probably still one of my favorite movies.
I think it's a 14 out of 16 movie, but I enjoyed it like a...
Oh, you gave it 14. So it's 14, 13, 12.
I think the actual quality of the movie is 14 out of 16, just from a purely like... But I think just the pacing issues and the fact that it is hard to watch bumps it down to 13 out of 16.
Yeah, it's... I think, all in all, if I watched it again... Actually, like, I only am giving it a 13 out of 16 because I want it to be on my favorites list. You know? Because it's not a perfect film, and it's really slow, so it's probably... If there would be halves, it'd be like 11.5 or 12. Because it's like a really
12
high
is a
light.
half.
I still
Yeah.
think...
But it's artistic, and it's a part of me, I think, and so for that reason I'm putting it on my loved list, because I like this movie more than The World's End and my first watch of No Country for Old Men. I haven't seen it a second time. I might like it more the second time.
You like this movie better than No Country for Old Men?
Just because I have nostalgia for it.
Oh, okay.
Caleb is really mad now. I can feel it in the
No.
air.
I like No Country for Old Men better.
It has both similar endings where you're like, what? Though I think you're probably right where No Country for Old Men is... I think this was my No Country for Old Men.
Okay.
The way it unlocked it. Because you had a similar experience where you're like, what is this ending? And then the more you thought about it, it was amazing. That was my experience with this movie. So that's one of the reasons I love it.
Okay. Now are we on to what classic movie has Clayton watched?
Oh
that
yeah, we
didn't?
talked about this yesterday, but you can actually talk about the movies and give your
Okay,
opinions.
that's what I was planning to doing. Okay, so let's talk about Beauty and the Beast first.
Oh boy, that would be actually considered a classic because it made $1 billion at the box office.
I guess so. It's not that good. It's divided between people who really don't like it because it's not original and people who really think it's practically flawless, except it's not
Wait,
original, so
flawless? Get out of
it's
here.
not that good. It's definitely flawed. It's like that emotional moment
It's
where
fine.
where
you know?
Belle's like, "Dad, I have to substitute you. I have to use my substitution suit for you."
I got that. Do you watch the show or the manga?
The show.
Okay.
Oh,
The manga's better.
have you watched the show?
Naruto's.
Yeah.
And then the dad is like, "No, Belle, I can't let you go. I've lost your mom. Now I'm gonna lose you." And then Belle's like, "Okay, Dad." And then she it's almost like she used a shadow clone jutsu to like throw him out of the prison, and then had one of her clones shut the door from outside, so then she could stay in the prison. But that's like their relationship wasn't built up though. It's just like her dad was like, "Your mom died." Exposition, and then it's like I'm supposed to feel a big emotional payoff, but they're just relying on the fact that we've seen the original and care about the characters.
I hadn't seen the original before this.
What?
So it was just fine.
Yeah, no, I thought it was fine too, and I really like the original, and the production value is incredible, but the music is pretty okay.
It's good. It feels like the audio's doctored because people sing way too
Yeah.
good in this.
Yeah, the audio is doctored. Have you watched the Honest trailer?
No.
Oh, you should, because it's like, Belle is an independent, strong woman who doesn't need a man unless his name is Auto-Tune, and then it goes to when she's singing with really Auto-Tune.
That was the best auto-tune I've heard.
Yeah,
But
probably.
but I could still tell, like, there's no way that anybody could sing that good.
I think the production value was extremely high, and I think Emma Watson gave an extremely iconic performance as Belle, or it will be iconic, but that's only really because she looks the part a lot.
And she's hot.
Yeah.
I
And
don't
but
know,
it's,
people still haven't seen Porco Rosso. People don't know. They're all like, "Oh my goodness,
Porco
attractive."
Rosso is
Emma
20
Watson's
times
better
better
than
than this
Theo.
movie.
Dude, it's like people are like, "Oh my goodness, this actress is so attractive." They need to go watch Porco Rosso. I guess the actress isn't that attractive
Because she's not real.
Because she's not real. Solitary tear falling down my eye.
Okay, I watched The Grand Hotel. Pretty good. I rewatched Casablanca. That movie is... I watched it with a bit of the director's... or Roger Ebert's commentary. That movie is on the top 100 list more than any other movie. Even more than Citizen Kane.
Is he?
That's what Roger Ebert said.
Is it on Roger? What
Yes,
is
it's
it?
on Roger Ebert's along with, like, Godfather,
What number
2001:
is it?
Space Odyssey.
What number is it?
It wasn't... His list wasn't numbered, I don't
Is he
think.
still alive?
No, he's dead now, but he made an
Okay.
original top 10.
That's sad.
It's
Is
amazing.
his brother still
Casablanca.
alive?
What?
Is his brother still alive?
But his websites.
His website's still up. They're still rating stuff.
Yeah. This
So it's just the brands now, I guess.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Casablanca is so good. It's my favorite movie, and it's for good reason. It's just the best
Solid
movie.
4-star movie.
No!
I'm the
Scott Pilgrim
only.
versus the World is a 4-star movie.
No.
Oh my gosh! I'm the only thing standing between you guys and
Oh, man.
fist in your face.
My fist is ready.
Ugh. Mine is 2.
All right. Well, I gotta rewatch it.
Yes,
Oh
you
my-
do.
Never. Psych. Haha.
Oh,
I watched the Philadelphia Story. It was amazing. And just, Kennon, what
I
were
couldn't
your
watch that.
Look at all those
problems?
spikes.
Oh my gosh.
So much spike.
Kennon, what were your problems with the Philadelphia Story?
It just you
He
made
talked
me
about
My-
this,
I
he talked
was
about
your
this last
problem.
episode. Who cares?
we
Next
you
segment.
made me expect so much, and then it was kind of funny. There were some really good moments, like the one where I forgot the names now, but he's like,
Stewart?
excuse me, sir. No, excuse me, madam, but could I interest you in some small blackmail? Like that was really funny.
This movie, I thought the humor was a bit far between, but it's like, it was so amazing.
I think you have
Just-
a more classic taste in humor, which is fine.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you have a bad taste in humor. It's just that movie was probably more funny for you than it was for
There
me.
were only like 2 moments that I thought were really funny, but I don't really find that type, like Napoleon Dynamite. I was like, ha ha ha, funny.
Also, a lot of times, when I rate something 4.5 stars, it's at a time where I think I've given too many movies 5 stars.
Yes.
So that might be.
That's no reason to not rate something 5 stars.
Yeah, but
Have
sometimes
you seen
it's-
my diary? It's like 90% 5-star movies this month.
Well, sometimes I'll be like, I watched a 5-star movie and I was like, oh, I want to give this movie 5 stars, and then I think, but this movie wasn't like near as good as the other movies, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to bump it down.
No, definitely. I'm not trying to say that the Philadelphia Story was not good, because like the message was great. It was one of the clearest
Yeah.
messages I've probably seen, and the twist at the end was really weird, but I'm not like weird. It was just unexpected, and you're like, oh, okay, so those are the main characters.
Oh,
I haven't seen
Storks. Okay.
Skip. Talking
Uh,
about Cars 3, that's
Cars-
a new movie that will get us the views.
Yeah. The humor is really mid.
Why did you see Cars 3? Were your
My family
grandparents
went to
like,
it.
oh,
No, I wanted to see it since I think the first Cars is actually a pretty good movie.
aren't they all just okay?
No, the second
Apparently
one is
Cars
eh.
2.
We used to love Cars 2. Remember that, Clayton?
Yeah.
I bought the soundtrack.
Wait, really?
I bought one
Yeah.
song.
Dude, I remember the third Pew had this thing where he's criticizing someone on YouTube, and he's like, this is the order of evil. This is Hitler. Below that's Cars 2. Below that's... No, wait. He goes, Hitler, Cars 2, this person. And that was a list of best to worst.
All right, let's listen to this amazingness.
But
I spent 99 cents on this probably.
it actually sounds pretty good.
I
I remember all the Cars Legos. Do you guys...
yeah, yeah.
I didn't buy a single one.
Yeah, neither did I. Well, I didn't really buy stuff, but neither did my parents and family members.
You know what's a better use of money than the Cars Legos?
What?
The Hyperlight Drifter vinyl. $80 for 4 LP.
Did you buy it?
No.
Okay.
$80. I'm not spending $80 on a soundtrack I already have.
Oh.
But I will spend $25 on the Ocean Eyes vinyl.
Can I read my review of the Lego Batman movie?
Yes.
Michael Cera? ? Space. Scott Pilgrim's back, baby. The animation is fantastic, space. The script is hilarious, space. Third act serious twist, space. Great music, space. Probably better than Napoleon Dynamite.
How is everything better than Napoleon Dynamite? Why are you on this show?
Okay.
That's not true.
I take that back. Napoleon Dynamite's better than the Lego Batman movie.
I'm kidding.
Thank you.
Now, I did watch a movie, though, this week that was better than Napoleon Dynamite.
What?
Dinosaur Island.
Oh, definitely.
Okay. Are we all on
You
Universal?
you guys haven't even seen the ending of our commentary.
Caleb, I want to ask you, does this movie make Citizen Kane look like dog turds? Does it make Citizen Kane look like it should drown in
It's 17 out of 15.
I would
no,
agree.
duh.
It's
13 out of
15.
15.
I love
30.
17
30.
out of 15.
It's 17 out of 15.
Okay, so here's my review.
17 out of 15 dinosaur
We
islands.
all need a dinosaur twerking with fireflies smeared all over their rears in our life. Can we all agree on that?
I agree.
That is going right below the Lord will look over you all your days. And then we all need a dancing dragon with butt
Dinosaur.
firefly juice. Just like that. Those two posters right next to each other in importance.
I think
Yes.
yes, we can all agree that was. Do you think Dinosaur Island might be the greatest movie ever?
You'll have to listen to the whatever the crap this is commentary to find out.
Link will
Wait.
be in the description.
Should
Yes.
we make our new rating system based off of Dinosaur Island?
No.
No,
We can't change
We
it.
can't change it now. We've gone too far.
All right, can we go to our next segment? I'm getting tired
Yes,
of it. Okay, guess what David Valcanet has a review of.
Oh, not Philadelphia Story. Meek's Cutoff.
Yes.
Oh
here
yeah,
it
I
is.
think I've seen it.
We actually have David. He just came in. So David, would
Whoa,
you read it for
David!
us?
Hi, hello.
All right, so this is whoa, watch
Mike's
the mic,
falling.
bro. The Meek's Cutoff review by David Valcanet.
Nice to see you, David.
This was a very good exercise in style and pacing that left me somewhat unsatisfied. But it was the good kind of unsatisfied. The kind where
I
it
think you're
feels like
peeking.
it's my fault, and not the film's. The kind that makes me think that this film is one whose riches will be revealed on multiple viewings. As it stands, after first watch, I like it quite a bit, and I'm excited to see where this will take me on a rewatch. 3 likes. Now it's got 4.
He only rated 3.5 stars. First of all, I do not want to rewatch this.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
yeah.
agree and disagree with him because it's not a 3.5 star movie,
It's
but
better.
it's not worth rewatching.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it might be
Wait,
worth rewatching with
Do
people.
we have another movie that there's a review of by David Valcanet?
we do. He just reviewed The Social Network.
Wait, what have
Oh.
other people who are you're following, Caleb? What
Oh,
say
this is long.
what they've reviewed it?
All right,
Dude, the
so
Prometheus one was probably longer.
so moving image 4.5. Nicole 5 stars. Wes 5 stars. Ely 5 stars. Katie 5 stars. Mike 5 stars. Chance 5 stars. Ricky 5 stars. Hayden 5 stars. Lucy 5 stars. Nora 5 stars. Murphy 5 stars. Matthew 4.5. David Valcanet 2 stars. Here is his review.
Caleb, wait, what do you think of The Social Network?
5 stars easily.
I have not seen it.
Oh, hey, David.
All right,
Valcanet,
David.
can you read us
Go
your
ahead
review?
and read your review.
So, I finally watched The Social Network. This film proved to be the nail in the coffin. No longer am I going to watch films in which I have no interest in. I have no interested. That was a complete sentence. No more X-Men First Class. No more Attack the Block. No more Hannah. I think by now, after a solid decade of film watching, I know my tastes well enough to be able to discern what I will like from what I won't. I'm not saying I'll never watch a movie I don't think I'll like again, but I'm going to stop trying so hard. And it's not that The Social Network is a bad movie, and I didn't expect it to be bad. It's just not for me. I'm not necessarily a... Oh my gosh, what? X-Men First Class review.
What happened?
Wait, no, you gotta
I
read
guess
the
I
rest of
clicked-
the review.
I clicked
What
the
he
wrong
says
thing.
about it was hilarious. The problems he has.
All right.
Is it Aaron Sorkin's script?
Yes, that's the
Oh,
problem.
okay. Aaron Sorkin's one of the best writers living today.
David Valknut does not like Aaron Sorkin.
All right, read this. I want to see what he has to say.
But the biggest problem, Aaron Sorkin's script.
Oh, wait, before you read any further, have you seen the opening shots of The Social Network?
No,
Oh,
I haven't.
is
I haven't
good.
seen the movie.
It
I
is
don't know.
legend.
I don't know Aaron Sorkin or his work,
It's
but you
one of
have
the
you have
greatest-
like the thing.
Masterclass. That opening shot, just look it up. That opening shot is
It's
legend. It's gonna go
amazing.
down in history as
It's
one of the best
greatest
opening shots.
plot points of all time.
It's one of the best dialogue scenes, and it's one of the best opening shots ever.
Yeah.
Opening scenes,
It's just incredible.
Anyway.
Aaron Sorkin's script, full of clunky dialogue and cringeworthy lines, said so fast that you almost don't notice.
That's the point! That's the point. It's so amazing.
I wonder
how
what he
fast-
thinks of Napoleon Dynamite.
We'll finish it and then let's read his review of that.
Okay, if he's such a great writer, why can't he make me care about any of the characters or things that are happening or being said? Didn't he just finish saying that it's not his fault? No, wait, that was for the other one. It was his fault for not liking the movie of Meek's Cutoff.
No,
Okay.
isn't it though? You're supposed to dislike Mark Zuckerberg, right? I haven't seen the movie.
Yeah, you are.
And then
'Cause
he's like, I can't
in real
care
life,
about
he's
the-
a horrible person.
Yeah.
Like, he totally stole the concept and everything. And the movie totally paints him as a horrible person.
Yeah. So he's like, I can't care about this character.
Yeah, you're supposed to hate him.
Yeah, it's like,
When movies make you hate somebody, it's good writing, right?
yeah.
Like
Probably.
that's what you said about Stranger Things, that guy we hate.
I think if
Who do
any
we hate in
movie you
Stranger
can
Things?
make
The
somebody,
boyfriend?
Yeah, the boyfriend.
Oh, yeah, he's horrible.
And then
that's-
he like for some reason you kind of like him at the end, but you're like, I really want him out of her life.
can I just say, if you can
Yeah,
make him
she deserves
hate
better, like
anybody
me.
for not being like super annoying, because if you just hate them for their being annoying, then that's just bad. But if you actually hate them for like other reasons, then that's good filmmaking. Because like villains, you're supposed to dislike them. Yeah, go on, read.
Yeah,
Some
like if you
villains.
dislike their
Just the
character.
Joker, he's awesome.
Anyway,
From Dark Knight, at least.
the script at times indulges in the worst tropes of the biopic and features the worst moment of realization since
think-
the Light My Fire scene in Oliver Stone's The Doors.
I think this would be better once Kennon sees this movie.
The scene where Zuckerberg realizes he should add the relationship status. Spoilers.
Is this spoil the movie, Clayton?
No, I haven't read it.
The way
You haven't read
partial
this?
spoil. Okay, there's partial spoiler. I'm gonna stop.
All right, let's
reading.
just read this after we watch The Social
I
Network.
do not understand the praise of the praise the writing has gotten. There's a scene where a girl gets an email and says, "I'm really hoping it's cats that look like Hitler." What?
What? I don't remember.
No, it's
Okay.
like she's like,
P.S. I do not think Justin Timberlake is a good actor. I will look at his face and think, you don't know what you're talking about. Thank you, David Valknut. You can leave. Thanks
We'll
for
read the
coming
rest
in.
of that review once we actually see the movie.
Yep. That was
wait, does he have a
Beautimus.
review on Napoleon Dynamite?
Let me look.
What other segments do we have? I keep forgetting.
What movie has Kennon watched?
We just went kind of through
I
that.
basically did that.
Last night we did last night we did last week's episode,
Oh.
so we kind of know
Guess what?
it hasn't changed.
David rated Napoleon Dynamite
3 stars.
1.5 or 2.
2 stars.
Oh,
hand
this
it
would be
over.
A
good.
piece of poo. No, he didn't. It doesn't
No
have a
review.
What?
Wait, look, it's a review right here. This is the worst movie I've seen since the Philadelphia Story.
No. I thought it would be the worst movie I've seen since The Social Network.
Oh,
Oh.
he probably thinks that Philadelphia Story is a 5-star movie, which
so-
it probably is.
No, I think he like, I was reading through and it was like he had enough really good movies that he rated really good scores for me to not discredit him as a total idiot, but he had some pretty cringeworthy stuff.
Yeah. Okay. It is June 28th as of now. Spider-Man comes out July 6th, and then
Wait, seriously, July 6th or July
we're
7th?
we're gonna see it on July 6th,
Oh.
and then Dunkirk comes out July 20th. At least we're gonna see it on July 20th.
What's Dunkirk?
We
rated?
wanted PG-13.
Oh, good.
So you might be able to see it, Clayton. Uh,
Oh, I should.
So we wanted to watch 2 Christopher Nolan movies before Dunkirk, the ones Ken hasn't seen, and then we wanted to watch the Spider-Man trilogy before, in a week before.
This may not happen.
So let's see if we can plan this out. You're coming over this weekend after the zombie shoot.
I am. I got that okayed.
You guys should watch. Wait, what Christopher Nolan movies has Kennon not seen?
I've seen Interstellar, but I don't remember it that much.
Why don't you
It's
guys?
Following and Insomnia.
Oh, okay.
Why don't you guys do a review of Memento and The Prestige?
Because
Those
we've
are
seen
two
those.
great movies.
Those are
Yeah,
great.
exactly.
But we've got to see all his movies before we see his new one.
I guess so, but still, those are like probably Insomnia and The Prestige are supposed to be like his worst movies.
Oh, not The Prestige.
Or no, I'm Insomnia and The Following.
Following's amazing.
Wait, did you really think I almost said Memento and The Prestige were his worst movies?
I heard you say Prestige was one of his worst.
No, I said.
Okay.
Dude, Prestige is...
Anyway, I'm not really looking forward to the new Spider-Man that much.
Are you going?
Yeah, I'm gonna go see it. Of course, I'm a 16-year-old white male. I have
Aren't
to
you-
see it.
Oh, yeah, you're 16. You're going to be 17.
In October.
You are 16, going on 17.
Going on 17,
Singing
going
in
on
the
the
rain
rest
is
of
better
my
than the
life.
sound of music.
Oh,
So it's Wizard of Oz.
I haven't seen Sound of Music.
I
And go
like
see-
Sound of Music.
Can
so
I
in theory,
mic drop?
I don't really feel like watching the Spider-Man movies today. I don't know why.
Okay, that's fine.
Maybe
We're
we could
like
just watch
out
the
of time.
first
too.
one next on. We could just do an episode on the first one, maybe.
Yeah.
Or the
Why
first
don't you
two.
watch the Sam Raimi Spider-Man's like over a course, and then you should review that with Homecoming, like you did with the Cornetto trilogy, and then compare Cornetto, duh,
Cornetto
Kennon.
Trilogy.
I don't know.
The
We'll figure it
Cornetto.
out. What? So
and then just do like a comparison.
what
and
should our
stuff.
next episode be?
We should do Singing in the Rain or The Wizard of Oz, or just Singing in the Rain.
I'm gonna go to the list of what movie should. So it might be Spider-Man, might be Christopher Nolan.
Kennon said we need to talk
What
about Singing in the
movie
Rain, and we
should
do. So
Can watch.
I mean, we can have a podcast episode about it. I just kind of meant talk about it in general.
oh,
Like, we don't have to have a podcast.
I still want to do one just because it's such a good movie.
Singing in the rain. Like,
Oh.
I've heard that so many times in piano class because my parents teach music lessons and it's in one of the books. So I hear it a lot. But, kids are learning stuff, so they have to
Yeah.
play it slower. So when the opening shot happens and they start singing in the rain, it's, like, super fast.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, what?
I'm singing
That's how fast
in the
this is
rain.
supposed to be?
Just singing in the rain.
What
Wait.
a glorious feeling, I'm happy again.
Oh, can I? Oh, what was the one dance number that you thought was out of place?
The one where he's like, we've got the final scene ready, here it is, and then it goes into like a flashback and it's like 8-minute scene where he goes dancing and it's like this, he has
Oh,
this
that
dance
scene? That was
And-
part of the movie.
Yeah,
that
but,
they
like,
made.
but that wasn't the end scene of the movie. Like,
Yeah, but it was the end scene of the movie they were making.
I know, but then you see it
But that
on
was
the no, but
brilliant.
like the end scene of the movie when they show it in the theaters isn't that.
Yeah, because then you have to cut to them. What do they expect from?
It's
the
not okay. The thing is, it's not actually the ending of the film they're making, even though he says it is. And there's also, even though it's like really cool to see.
But it's like the end. It's like the big finale scene, and then you have the what happened after that.
No, the big finale scene is the curtain. That's a great
Yeah.
ending. Actually,
Singing in the Rain is a 5-star flawless movie. Kennon's
What's
wrong.
one of the
Don't
best
listen
movies
to
ever
him.
made?
Just-
I'm nitpicky about it because
Yes,
it's
you are
it's a great movie. I'm nitpicky about Philadelphia Story too because that's a great movie.
I just-
Great performances in both of those.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Someone's
Dude.
ringing on the doorbell.
Donald O'Connor's performance.
Oh
the
my
side character,
gosh.
I think that's the best supporting performance ever.
He was fantastic. My parents also said he's phenomenal.
Yeah.
What in the world?
I remember when I
I
first
love
watched
his
it.
I love his line where he's like, tall people have short faces, and short people have tall faces. Tall people, no wait, it's
No, it's-
short
Tall people
have no
little humor, and little people
have no humor at all.
all.
He says it so fast.
Yeah.
It's so great.
It's so brilliantly acted in the singing, and his choreography is brilliant. He's like one of the best dancers I've seen.
Yeah, those are forgivable cuts because like it cuts every now and then in the middle of the action, but it's flawlessly cut. And also,
Yeah.
how can you do that in one take? You'd be like dying after that.
Yeah, the movie's just so good. Maybe we should stop talking about it.
All right. Anything else we need to say before we end this episode?
What other segments do we have? Do we have Flip the Premise? Do we want to introduce
Let's
that
do
yet?
that next episode.
Okay.
I'm tired of talking. Next week, whatever we said earlier, we'll figure it out.
Thank
Don't
you
worry
for
about
listening
us.
to What Movie Should Kennon Watch. This has been the best podcast you'll ever hear in your entire life with guest star Clayton Hamburger. Go follow him on Letterboxd.
Hagberg.
And,
It's Hagberg now.
Yep,
I
go
changed
follow
it.
us, Caleb Leal and Kennon Stevens. We're on Letterboxd. Thanks for listening. Drive safe. All right, bye.